listening. Wake up in the morning with Shelly on WAPN. On WAPN.
Good Thursday morning. Thankful Thursday. How are you? I am thankful. I was just sitting here, I love to go through reels in the morning and I love to share things. I love kind of like fuels my day. And so I was reflecting on yesterday. Yesterday was a food drop. We haven't had one in a few months just because it has been 150 degrees. And so it's really hard to do that. So yesterday was the first official food drop again. And so we arrived. The truck wasn't there. Finally, the truck gets there and offloading. Oh my gosh, some of the best stuff. There was cheese and milk and eggs and frozen food and pork and chicken and all kinds of vegetables and watermelon, and it was just awesome. And so we're setting up all the stations, and couple minutes later, a whole bunch of first graders arrive. So we're like, what are we going to do with all these little people? They said, well, they have like 20 minutes to help us. And so I had like 6 with us at the sweet potatoes, and it was so much fun, and it made me giggle. I thought of my granddaughter, Abby, who says I should be her math substitute teacher. So I felt like a little substitute teacher yesterday, teaching about counting to 10. And I don't know, when you have 6 people counting to 10 at different, mounts, it was, who knows how many potatoes actually were in there, but it was priceless. And tying the bags and getting them ready, and they all left and they were exhausted. And then the next group come of high schoolers, and met some of the nicest kids ever. Mason, you're a sweetie. He was so sweet, and he was helping me. And then he moved over to watermelons, and just a nice young man. No, I'll do the watermelons. It's okay. And I thought, I'm not that old. And my son-in-law Keith got to volunteer for his first time. It's just neat to see all the different types and ages of people that come out and volunteer and give with their heart. And then to see that we helped over 508 households. Wow, 508 households. That is a lot of houses that got blessed yesterday with food. So I love me some food drop. That was super special. I'm so thankful that I get to be part of that. I'm so thankful for Daytona Dream Center. I'm so thankful for Calvary that gives up their property. Thankful for all the volunteers. My friend Tina was out there, and Doug, and it was just so nice to see like people coming back out, and like we missed each other, and we're doing what we love to do. We love to give of our time. Volunteering is so important to me. It's really an act of serving, and I think that we could all volunteer. Every single person can do some kind of volunteering. And so I like the hard stuff, and so we took sweet potatoes yesterday. There was onions, but Yvonne's got like 4 or 5 events this weekend, and when you do the onions, you smell like an onion for about a week. So we did sweet potatoes, but of course we wanted sweet potato casserole all day yesterday. We did not get any, but it was just funny how when you're doing something, what memories, we started thinking about Thanksgiving and all that. So it was just a great day to serve. Today, I get to serve at Junior League. And so it is important, like I said, to serve. I'm probably going to go help my daughter prepare for the 4 or 5 events beforehand, and then I'll be at Junior League doing something that I'm really excited about. I've never done, so I love to try something new. And we are distributors to about 15 different organizations in town for the diaper bank. The diaper bank is a huge part of my life, as far as I usually am raising diapers, as far as doing diaper drives and doing all that. And I kind of switched it up this year. I said, you know what? I want to see what actually happens with the diapers. Now, I've packed them before, and that was okay. It wasn't something that, I like doing it, but it wasn't like my thing. And so I want to see how they get distributed to the organizations, how the organizations figure out what they need, kind of the back end. I like to know the whole thing of why something works. So excited to do that today. And then, of course, if you're a Seabreeze person, our granddaughter is in JV cheerleader, and tonight is the last official game of the season. So we'll be at the football field tonight. And then our other granddaughter, Ellie, she gets to cheer with the big girls. So we'll have the big girls and the little girls cheering tonight. That's at Airport Road at 6 p.m. So super excited about that. Living life to my fullest. I just was riding on the river yesterday, yesterday doing my miles and praising the Lord, and so thankful for being able to live where a lot of people staycation. I staycation and live here where a lot of people vacation, and thankful to be able to serve in our community and be part of this community. We can all do something, be it buying some wet ones and donating them to the diaper drive, giving an hour, whatever, of your time to be out there and, helping load up food to give away to 508 families. Whatever your thing is, I think volunteering is very important, and I am very honored and thankful for WAPN that I get to know about these things. I get to participate in these things. I get to partner with these things. And so very, very blessed and very thankful for that. So that was just my day yesterday. Oh, and also I got to interview Russell Holloway yesterday. If you saw this on my stuff, what this is it's a petition to sign. So please go sign the petition. It is to make October 10th National Love Your Enemy Day. And I'm a National Day kind of girl. Every day I look up and see what today is, and there's usually 4 or 5 different things, and I always grab one of them. Well, Love Your Enemy is a great movement. It really is, because we are, as Christians, to forgive. And comes in different ways, different packages, but it's very important to forgive. Now, that does not mean forgive and become best friends if you're in an abusive situation or something horrible happened or whatever. You need to forgive for you and move on, but it's important. And, you don't always get to talk to the person or the thing that happened that you need to forgive. Maybe you just need to forgive out loud, and maybe God will work it out that you get to go and actually see that person. I don't know, but I do know that I have got to experience that. And it was funny because when it happened, I kind of didn't think it was really going to happen that way. And when it did happen, I just felt the peace of the Lord all over the situation. And then it worked out that I could go see the person. And like I said yesterday, everything that could go wrong that day went wrong until it happened. And then it was amazing, awesome, great. And then there was double rainbows, God's promise. So you never know how God is going to work it out when you do forgive. But I do know that it is very important to forgive. And so, there's lots of levels of forgiving. So you go there, you read all about the whole thing to petition, to sign, and then you sign it. And it's just a special. And Russell Holloway, what a nice man. I have known him. I felt like I've known him longer than 16 years. But he says we've known each other like that. And he's a Christian counselor here in town, and he has helped me with so many different things as far as family stuff, as far as when I've needed a counselor, I've been able to call him to hook somebody up with a counselor or whatever it is. He's just a good all-around guy. And so I was excited to get to see him yesterday, interview him, and he's actually going to be back in here tomorrow morning talking about his marriage thing that's going on. So, I love me some marriage. Tim and I have been married over 30 years. We still date each other. I think it's very important. I think it's very important to carve out time for each other. It's very important to make an effort for each other. Yesterday I was devastated. I left work, didn't even have a lip gloss on or a mascara. And, I don't wear a lot of makeup, so probably nobody noticed but me. But it was funny because that is something I pride myself kind of in. When Tim and I are going to go to dinner or ride on a bike, whatever we're going to do, I always go make sure my hair is brushed, I look decent, I go and put my mascara on, whatever. And it's funny that I forgot everything yesterday, but I was going to volunteer, so it didn't matter as far as that goes because you get sweaty and gross, but it was just funny. And then it's so cute because Tim, when he sees me, he goes, "Did you have a good day?" And it fills my heart. It fills my heart to be part of this community. And, I don't do it for anything else except to give. And that is something that, I didn't have time in my life. Maybe I've always been, but I don't feel I've got to do it. I guess I did because I was always teen mom or, homeroom mom or pulling a cooler somewhere or doing whatever. But I feel like now that it's more organized and I get to do it at a different level, that has filled another gap, another check off list, whatever in my life. And I am very thankful. And I love the 501c3s of this area. We have some amazing 501c3s, and it's so neat to see them represented at an event like yesterday. And all different age groups. And like I said, one person can make a difference. And you think, well, what does it really matter? One person. Well, that's kind of my mission here on WAPN is if we reach one person, that's why I do all these crazy things, the Twitters, the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube, and the all, 2 radio stations streaming. It's for the one. I don't know who the one is, but it's for the one. And when we get that one, we'll go for the next one. And I kind of see that volunteering. Sometimes you'll have businesses, well, like me, I am WAPN. We don't have a staff and all that here. And so when I go to represent WAPN, I'm representing everyone that listens, everyone that's on the air, everyone that participates. And so I am the one that shows up. And I love to see that even several businesses do that. They can send one person from their office to help serve or whatever. And I love that movement of the one. We don't know who we're going to reach or who we're going to see today, but be the only Jesus that somebody sees today. If you're the only Jesus, the only kind somebody sees today, be that one. And so if you start each and every day asking, what are we going to do today? And you're the one, you might change somebody's life just by being kind today, or by that smile, or giving up that parking place, or loading their groceries for them, or maybe giving them $1 because they asked for $1 and it didn't faze you. You didn't sit there and argue about it. My dad always says, when you give with a cheerful heart. Don't give with don't use it for this, or that's not your problem. That is not your problem. You are to give and give lovingly. And so that is just something that I really have learned the last few years, and I really put it into action. I don't only talk about it, but action. Is that a verb? That's a verb. That you need to do is do action. And so what are you going to do today? Well, one of the things you can do, like I said, is go sign that petition. There's a QR code, but it's also up on Facebook and all. Sign that petition that we would love to make history by love has the power to rewrite history. And I love that. That's their statement. National Love Your Enemy Day. So go sign that petition. I would love it when Russell comes in tomorrow. He says, oh my gosh, all these people signed since I was live on the air with you the other day. I would just love that. You can also donate to WAPN to keep the movement going, to keep WAPN. We're 40 years old now. We have over and above all the time. We are a nonprofit 501c3. So we don't have like a church that we pass the offering plate. We do it through technology, basically. You can do your dollars, your fives, your hundreds, your thousands, whatever. You can come on the radio station, 1508 State Avenue, drop it through our mail drop, and I will get that. Or you can go to our website, WAPN.net, and you can donate right there one time, whatever you'd like to do. Or you can get a program on WAPN. You can just come on WAPN, and those proceeds also go to help stay on the air and help do the different things of our community, and we really appreciate it. If you're looking for airtime, go to WAPN.net, click on the program guide, and see what's available. So let's get our favor on. Let's get this day going. Continue expecting God's favor in the midst of your challenges. You're going to have challenges. Let's get real. We are humans, and we live in a real world, and there is just stuff. But we can have victory in the stuff. We can have favor in the stuff. So you just keep on pushing through, and you're going to see God's favor in the middle of whatever's going on. You're listening to WAPN. It is Thursday, Thankful Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. Where did October go? It is like gone. I know. The weather, beautiful. 77 with a low of 64. Madison, 79 with a low of 48. Yes, 48. That's real. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. Summerlin, Jennifer, Michael, everybody else that's celebrating a birthday, anniversary, whatever you're celebrating. Happy. Today is, yes, this is one of my favorites. Thank you, Tina, because yesterday I got one of these Boston cream days. So I had a Boston cream donut yesterday. Yummy. With some ice cold milk, makes my day even better. So it is Boston cream day. Again, shout out to Daytona Dream Center, their first food drop of the fall season. We helped 508 households, 1,741 people yesterday with some groceries. That is just such a blessing, and I'm so thankful to be part of it. Well, y'all have a wonderful, great day. I am praying for you as you pray for me.